For 2000 years, these mounds at Zehanpora village in Baramulla have quietly preserved Kashmir's treasure trove. Archaeological excavation revealed the history and Kashmir's glorious Buddhist past. At this important archaeological site, their remains of Kushan period have emerged. In fact, Kashmir doesn't just owe its past to Buddhism, but somehow its present is also linked to Buddhist king. Rinchen, in 1320, he converted to Islam and became first Muslim ruler of Kashmir. But here, how archaeologists actually got this site, selected this site, and unearthed something which Prime Minister said a proud moment for the country. I am joined by Dr. Ajmal Shah, who is from Kashmir University, who led the team and actually start excavation here from November. And in a short period of time, you have been able to unearth, rather reveal, the 2000-year-old history of Kashmir.
Yes, this is one of the important excavations from last couple of decades in Kashmir Valley. In fact, we have been coming to the site from last couple of years, and the surveys we have conducted from this year and the previous years, we have been quite sure about the site, that this site is a very, very old site. One of the reasons for saying that is that the site is located on the intersection of one of the ancient routes which connected Kashmir to the outer world, especially to the Texila, which was a Kushan settlement, one of the biggest cities of the Kushan era. One thing which is very certain about the site is that you have three large mounds within the settlement here. And there are other areas on the site where you have huge walls going beneath everywhere. So we were sure that while we were doing the surveys, we were sure that this is not a very small settlement, and this could have been one of the important, archaeological sites of the which has preserved the quite, as you well said, quite preserved the ancient part of the past of the Kashmir. So we have been very in connection with this site. We have been in consultation with many departments, especially the Department of Archives, Archaeology and Museums, and our university, as well as the Vice Chancellor, took very great initiative for signing the memorandum of understanding with the Department of Archives, and that's how it all began.
And what is said that you, as a researcher, went to France, and where in the French museum you found a archival photograph which was identical to these mounds, and then that reaffirmed your belief that this is actually the site you were looking for.
I was on a fellowship in France. In Paris, there is a museum, one of the museums known as Gamay Museum in Paris. So they have a huge archival collection about the South Asia, and there are a lot of artifacts from South Asia as well. So that was one of the interests. I went there. In the archival photography section, I stumbled on one of the important photographs, along with other photographs of the Valley of Kashmir, taken by the ancient, people who were travelers, in fact Britishers who were coming to the Kashmir quite frequently. So one of the photographs, it mentioned that it's the stupa dunes in Baramulla.
Okay.
So I quite, immediately
you could relate and
recognize that this is the Baramulla stupa of
Zehanpora. You have been already visiting.
Yeah, I have been.
That reaffirmed your belief that this is the site?
Yeah, this is the site. And one of the important aspects of it is that on the photograph, the stupas are very huge, rather what we see right now.
So there has been actually some alteration in the landscape also,
right,
given the fact in the middle of this huge site there has been one canal has been actually built in 1970s by the NHPC.
Yeah.
Has that actually, we may have lost something important to that construction also?
Yeah, the local people who worked in the canal, they also say that there were huge, walls coming across while they were excavating for the canal. So a lot of the evidence has gone, in fact. But I'm sure that must have been preserved somewhere through the photography or through some, archival storage. We need to look into that. Second thing which is very important is that this alteration of the site has somehow preserved also the site in a way.
Okay.
For example, the whole debris was taken out of the canal and put across this area. That has preserved the structures beneath. We still know that there are structures beneath.
And
which
that
are
you have been able to explore during your this excavation. You tell me one thing that Kashmir lost the sea. We see it through the Islamic perspective. That it is a predominantly Muslim region, but this also tells us that it has been the confluence of the civilization. This is the Buddhist civilization of Kushan era, or we have the Shivaism here, or Islam here. So, what does this excavation tell us about the Kashmir and its ancient past?
excavation especially puts spotlight on the ancient Kashmir, which is very less researched.
Yeah.
That's one of the areas we need a more research on.
Exactly, very less about the Buddhism in particular, because there has been talk about there has been a fourth Buddhist council meeting was held in Kashmir,
Right.
but we don't know where that was. Is that possible that it could be this place, Zehanpora?
We cannot rule out the possibility of the site being the fourth Buddhist council site because of the site is very huge.
Correct.
And there are huge number of constructions across the landscape, which we feel that this must have been a very important site. One of the important reasons for saying that this could have been the fourth Buddhist council is also that the site is centrally located. It's at the intersection of the roads coming from every direction. So the monks who have visited Kashmir Valley during that period would have definitely, the king would have definitely chosen the site which would be centrally located. So probably.
And it is said also, Hyun Song has also visited this place. Is that correct?
Hyun Song has came to Baramulla, came to Kashmir via Baramulla.
Okay.
So he mentions in his memoir that he stayed for a night at Ushkur before visiting number of monasteries.
Ushkur is just a village close.
It's very close from here. And he mentions that he stayed at Ushkur for a night before visiting couple of monasteries around. Okay. So we believe that Hyun Song must have come to this site as well, because this would have been one of the important centers of Buddhism
At that time.
Right.
And when we talk about, as I said, much less has been known about the Buddhism in Kashmir. But as we know, this Ashoka who established Srinagar city, and now we are, excavation is actually unearthing our Buddhist past here at Zehanpora. What are you expecting more? Because right now you have closed the excavation because of the winter. When are you going for the further exploration?
We'll be going for the further excavation in coming 2-3 months.
Okay.
So this will be the larger dig, in fact, to expose larger areas of the site. As you mentioned that there could be possibility that we may see the Mauryan presence at the site as well. So that will be a very important aspect of looking into the archaeology of Kashmir, and this will relate with a lot of textual references in the Kashmir Valley. Hopefully we find it.
Thank you so much and congratulations. It's an extraordinary excavation and the archaeological, discovery which actually connects Kashmir to its glorious past, the Buddhist era. And also, as I said, it's not that the Buddhist past of Kashmir, as this archaeological site has revealed, it had preserved it for 2000 years. Kashmir's first Muslim ruler was also a Buddhist, Buddhist who converted to Islam in 1320s, and after that Islam spread in Kashmir. So it also somehow it is linked. It is a religion in the present religion. Islam is also linked to conversion of a Buddhist king in 1320. So it has been a confluence of civilizations, and this discovery is something which shows that Kashmir was not at some margins. It's not just about present story of Kashmir. It has a civilization, great civilization, its history and confluence of, it has been a place of confluence of civilizations.